everybody, welcome to the Nova Scotiable, Nova Scotia's only live online community TV talk show with me, your host, Brian C. Welcome to episode 19. I can't believe it. We're at 19 episodes right now. Wow, this is exciting stuff. And joining me shortly will be Gramie D. But before we bring him on, and I just have to invite you all in to Zoom and join us here on this show, because that's what it's all about. It's a live talk show. We're here to talk about things that are on your mind, just have a sociable chat about them, and talk about things Nova Scotian. That's right, all things Nova Scotian. So yeah, we urge you to come on the show here and check that out and be a part of it. And one thing I do ask, though, if you do come on the show, just to turn the live stream down if you happen to be watching that, because there is a considerable delay, and it really kind of throws us off when you're trying to hear that and talk to us. Yeah. So, yeah, you can join. The Zoom link is in the video description with the Zoom code and the password. Just use that to come on live. And I'm looking at the green room right now. We actually have a bit of a surprise, because my buddy Jack is all here as well with him and Gramie D. Yeah. All right, so let me see. Well, I guess we'll just kind of move on and get into it. Here, we'll open up our window and see everybody that's joined us today. Hey, everybody.
Yo, how's it going, Al?
Not too bad, not too bad.
Hello, all.
Everybody knows Gramie D, but Jack, I don't know if they know you or not, so just give yourself a little introduction there.
Hi there. My name is Jack Barrett. I'm living in Glenhaven, Nova Scotia, and I own a recent startup business in Halifax called Fully Promoted. We take care of all your branded products and apparel needs anywhere in Nova Scotia except Cape Breton. Sorry, Cape Breton, you've already got a Fully Promoted down there. Go see them.
That's right. Yeah. Well, that's what it's all about, right? You know, you have to have your territories, and that's the way it works.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Glenn down in Sydney will take care of all your Cape Breton needs.
There you go. All them Cape Bretoners buys. We love them. I can't say much. I'm from Newfoundland, down the road, so yeah, love them too. Love our Newfoundland friends. Yeah,
and we're really good.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so we got a bit of a show for you here. We're hoping that maybe some more people will come on. Jack, I might put you back in the green room for just a moment here. We got a couple things Gramie and I are going to go over, and we'll have you back on. Plus, I was able to talk to Jack earlier in the week, and we had recorded a little bit of a Zoom interview, so we'll play that as well. So, Jack, just hang in there. We'll be back with you in a moment. How do I do this now? Put in. Well, you may as well hang in there, because we've got somebody from Capture Photography that wants to come in. It's the most people I've had on the show so far, but this is great. This is what it's all about, right?
Capture Photography is one of my friends and clients.
Oh, there you go.
Highly recommend his services, by the way. Highly recommend his services.
Hopefully he'll get his camera on and his mic on here, and we'll be able to talk. In the meantime, I wanted to just point out, we have a Betty's Black Oyster Stout. That's what we're going to be checking out this Friday night on Behind the Beer. Oh, no, we lost the photographer there. Yeah, maybe we'll try again. But yeah, we'll get lots of stuff to talk about here. I'm just going to, like I said, I'll put you in the green room for just a moment there, Jack. We'll be back with you. Hang in there. No, I think I did the wrong thing here. Let me see. Just hang in there. Too many buttons. Do you not have any idea how many buttons I have here?
We're good. We're
lots and lots.
You kicked me out.
Yeah, I got you back. Sorry about that. Yeah. There we are. It's just you and me now. Thanks for hang in there, Jack. We'll get back to you. But like I said, we do have a pre-recorded interview, so that's going to be awesome too. What I want to tell people is there's the Zoom information there. You can join us. Come on and be a part of the show, and we'll have something to talk about. We're here to talk about things, all Nova Scotian things. All right. So the first thing we're going to do here is go to, if I can find my clicker. Yeah, some safety tips for your pool. This is exactly what you do not want to do, okay? It might look kind of ingenious, the fact they're floating a power bar with flip-flops, but I do not recommend this, so stay away from that. Have a safe summer, folks. So, Grammy D's Netflix picks. We're going to do a little movie review here. So, yeah. Ooh. First one is, of course, the new Men in Black International. Actually found some of the cast members there. I just finished watching it last night. It's not bad. I was finding it quite entertaining. I love the graphics and stuff. And there's a few plot twists that I wasn't expecting, which is unusual. Usually I know what's going to happen, but I didn't know the ending of this one. But so some new agents. There's our new agent, Agent M. Yeah. In an indoctrination. Of course, there's the plaza for Men in Black New York. Chris Hemsworth, of course, the main character, also known as Thor. There we go, using their phase rifles. It was quite entertaining, actually, and people who think up these aliens it's quite awesome. I want that motorcycle. That was like a motorcycle thingy. I want that. Now, we're not playing the trailer this week. I don't know if you noticed that last week we played trailers, but they kind of didn't like us doing that. I don't know why, because they're a promotional piece, and all the media outlets use them to promote these movies, but they didn't like me doing it. So anyhow, we're just showing you some still clips from the trailer. Here we are.
Might be Liam Neeson there.
Yeah, that's right. Liam Neeson was high tea. Yeah, so I like Liam. That's not Liam Neeson there. That's another character. No.
Oh, really?
And that was the Lexus. This cool Lexus VCM 262. And you know, there's always Easter eggs in some of these movies, and I had to find out what that license plate meant. What is a VCM 262? Anybody know? Yeah? Anybody? Well, it happens to be a camshaft. A high-performance V8 camshaft. So I did some research, and you can actually buy that camshaft for about $600. I think that's an American pricing there. Probably a little bit more. So, but that's what that stands for on that car.
I still don't get the hidden joke. I still don't get the joke. I mean, why a camshaft?
I don't know, but that's apparently what it stands for. VCM 262. It's about this new high-performance camshaft. Go figure.
Yeah, actually, looking at that picture, Brian, it looks like one of the weapons out of the movie. So maybe that's what they used.
Yeah, I think it's a new Lexus that they use for the movie, and one of the features of this Lexus is this high-performance camshaft. I'm guessing. If anybody knows,
probably sponsored by Lexus.
Oh yeah, no question. Product placement.
Product
placement right there. Yeah, so it's about a camshaft. Yeah, there you go. So if you wanted to know what that license plate meant, now you know, and you heard it here first on the Nova Scotiable. All right. So what's this now? This looks like it might be part of Men in Black.
I don't think you're going to get any copyright claims on this.
I don't know if I have sound on it either. Let me just check here. Maybe it's that one. No, I'm not hearing the sound, but that's all right. What is this? Hair? Hair today, gone tomorrow. Yeah, there is sound. Somebody's been busy at home.
See what this thing can do.
It's a top secret classified test.
Which tree can I blow up?
I know, and we're showing it to everybody here
none of
first.
them, but I guess if you have to, how about that crooked one?
Well, they're all crooked. I'm going to put that one there.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
Tree removal service.
basically.
Oh, there you go.
There's a full version of that on Facebook. Oh, not on Facebook and YouTube. Showing how I built that gun. Out of items from the
I
dollar
love it.
store.
Is that all? Yeah, yeah. You can build a phase converter. What do they call it? From the dollar store.
Actually, yeah, a
You're my
particle
man.
beam weapon. They're using alien technology, apparently.
There you go. Yeah, yeah. A lot of stuff in the dollar store is pretty alien.
That's the
All right,
closest
well,
we
head
can get
Jack.
to showing a clip of Men in Black. Without getting sued.
So we had Jack did come on. He's still in the green room, but I'm going to play his interview. I got to talk to him earlier in the week, and he told me a lot about his business. And now this explains a lot more about what he does. So just check out this this interview with Jack Barrett from Fully Promoted Halifax. Got to hit the right button. Here we go. All right, well, we're on the air with Jack from Fully Promoted Halifax, and wow, that's some big shoes to fill. Fully Promoted Halifax. Is Halifax fully promoted? I don't think so. And if it was, well, Jack, you wouldn't have a business. So tell us about Fully Promoted Halifax. So, like, what kind of stuff do you do?
Well, thank you very much, Brian, for asking. Fully Promoted Halifax, we're a newer company into Nova Scotia, mainland Nova Scotia. And Fully Promoted Halifax is a promotional products, full suite of promotional products business. So if you want apparel, I am wearing my own apparel here, made by Nike. So we sell brand name. So we embellish or decorate apparel or just about anything that you can think to put your name, brand, or label on or message. Hats, T-shirts, brand name or off-brand name apparel. We sell. Yeah. We have access to Nike, the North Face, Carhartt, to name a few. We have construction and like harder wearing stuff for the construction type industries. We also have swag. We all know what swag stands for, of course. It's stuff we all get. Yeah. So you can say, I'm your swag man. I'm your swag man. So we set up in business here in Halifax about 10 months ago during the pandemic, which some people have said I had rocks in my head. Yeah. I think I had rocks in my glass. And it was half full, not half empty. We also have a full suite of digital products. So if you're talking SEO, search engine optimization, you want to build a website, you've got nothing to start with, or you have something already and you want to improve it. We have social media management tools, reputation management, paper products. You need business cards, one stop, come to see me. So we really are a one-stop marketing shop, and we are locally owned. So I want to explain that a little bit as well. Fully Promoted is an international brand. We're in, we have around 300 stores worldwide, 22 here in Canada. I believe I'm the newest store in Canada. And what that does, it gives me access to a wide range of products, much wider than if I was an independent or just starting up. I also have the resources of the corporation behind me for training, which I'm on this week, training, support, pricing, because the pricing that I'm able to get is better than if I was an independent just starting up, because they're not dealing with me, they're dealing with my franchise. Yeah. And every franchise in this business, in Fully Promoted, is independently owned and operated. There are no corporate stores. So it's 100% owned locally.
Yeah, well, that's great. Hey, I love it. So where how can people get hold of you? Like, I'm sure you have a website. I know I've seen you on Facebook.
Yes, yeah. So if you just notice here on the right side of your screen, lower right side of my background, it says www.halifax.fullypromoted.ca. There it is. And just a little, and just above or below, sorry, the little banner on the side, it's also halifax.fullypromoted.ca. Excellent. With or without www. If you want to get a hold of me personally, and I'm more than open to that, my email is halifax.fullypromoted.ca.
Excellent.
Okay.
We'll put all those
Halifax
links
dot-
in the video description so people can find you and make a single click to get over to see you and see all the great stuff that you do.
Yes, we have a really good website, but I'll warn you right now.
Mhm.
The website is it sort of masquerades itself as a shopping store, but it's not.
Right.
It's more of an online
Mhm.
catalog, and the minimums that are there, a lot of those are minimums instituted by our suppliers.
Right.
Okay, because we tap into our supplier websites for a lot of these items.
Yeah.
And so if you see something on there and you're not meeting the minimums, don't worry about it. Just give me a call. The contact
Okay.
information is on the website. And we have very low minimums on most apparel, as low as 1. I can't really go to half because the suppliers don't like cutting shirts in half to send me.
I'll get half a shirt. Yeah, that's going to be a new trend right now. You watch.
Well, it depends on which side it's cut in half, right? This way,
I know.
not going to happen. This way,
Yep.
maybe.
Yeah. Pick your good side.
Exactly. For the hard products, that's a little different because, they're not going to send me one penny, right?
No.
Right. So there are minimums for that. But what you're seeing on the website as well as that's the volume discount pricing. And whether it's website or otherwise, if you meet the minimums, you get the volume discount. Not a problem. Not a problem.
It's the best bet. Check the website, but then check with you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, that's great. Listen, I'm very happy to hear the products that you have and that, supported by a corporation. That sounds awesome. That keeps your prices low and stuff. So I want to thank you for coming on the show today. And listen, I wish you all the best. We're all in this together and COVID's going to end soon. That's me. I'm just saying that COVID's going to end soon. And yeah, we're going to get back to normal and we're going to be making lots of shirts. So I need shirts for this live. And the new show we're doing called Behind the Beer. We got to get some awesome shirts. I got an awesome logo for that. So anyhow, we'll be talking. We'll chat. We'll talk. We're like, my people will call your people.
Okay,
All right, Jack.
I like that. I like that. And, it's been great talking to you this morning, Brian. Really appreciate it. And I wish you the best. And I'm looking forward to coming back.
Awesome. Yeah. No, if you have any updates or something you want to talk about in the community that's happening, you can join the show live as well. Remember, that's what a live talk show is all about. So remember, Nova Scotiable, Sunday nights at 7:00.
Cool. I like it. All right. All right, folks. Mask up, wash up. We'll get over this.
You got it. Take care.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye now. And there we go. That was our interview from earlier in the week. Yeah. Anything you wanted to add to that, Jack? I think it was pretty good. I think everybody's now an expert on Fully Promoted Halifax and what you do.
There was only one thing I noticed that I actually said wrong. I gave my website for my email address. My email address is halifax@fullypromoted.ca. That's halifax@fullypromoted.ca.
Mm-hmm. There you go. So everybody wrote that down. Get your pens and papers. Make note of that. Yeah, excellent.
It would be awesome to if there's any questions from online. I'd love to answer them. Anyone has questions, or give me a call. I'm more than open to have a chat, Zoom, in person. Even coming up to we can do this in person.
There you go. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm up for that. Nobody's don't see anybody else in the green room waiting to come in to join us in the show right now. We got a couple more things to go through here. We got another show review to do. Yeah, so.
We need to get your name out there, Brian.
We do, yeah. We're trying here. We're trying, and we're trying to bring community TV to the forefront, make it free and accessible to watch. People don't have to pay anything. You could just click on a link. I mean, everybody's online these days. They're pretty close to it. We're trying to get internet to the rural areas, but that's a challenge. But I think it's the way of the future, really.
Yes, yes. You live in Glen Margaret, just down the road from you and close to where I live. And there's the St. Margaret Sailing Club.
That's right.
That would be a very
That's
nice
right.
place, actually, and we have a bar there that we can do a live show
Well,
from
I'm
there
in.
sometime.
We could, yeah, yeah. I think that really it'd be ideal, especially with shows like Behind the Beer and Who's Whining. We should be doing those on site at the different breweries and wineries and distilleries in the province. Actually, go live, and we can have some live music and things like that, and just make it like an hour-long show from live from a place like that, and just bring Nova Scotia living rooms closer together.
Well, we have a pretty good following at the St. Margaret's Sailing Club. We do have our own, as I said, our own bar there, and we actually push our local beers. That's our preference. We use if you don't mind, can I give a plug for a local company?
Sure, that's what we're here for.
Right on. So one of the local companies that we specialize in at the club is Nine Locks. Have you heard of Nine Locks?
We did the first episode of Behind the Beer, a virtual, was Nine Locks. Yeah.
Yeah, they're great folks. They're great folks.
Mm-hmm.
They make good beer too, I must admit.
Yeah, yeah. Most of these breweries in the province, I think, do make really good products. I'm impressed. Really, there's nothing I haven't really liked, or disliked. I should say. There's nothing I haven't really disliked, And so, and like I said, this Friday we're going Behind the Beer again, and Betty's Black. Can't wait to try
So
that.
where can I pick up Betty's Black?
Well, I just picked it up up in Tantallon in the liquor store. Yeah.
Okay, very good. I'll have to check it out. I'll have to try it.
Yeah, and this is the
I like
Sober
that.
Island. Yeah, so we'll be checking that out on Friday. I've reached out to Sober Island. Every time I do one of these shows, I reach out to the manufacturer and I say, would you like to come on the show? And, even if it's like for 15, 20 minutes, and people are going to have questions about the product and your place, whether it's a brewery, distillery, whatever, that'd be ideal to have a representative from the company on to talk about the product. But nobody's responded yet, so I'm hoping Sober Island will come on and be a part of that next Friday.
Well, offline, give me some information. I might be able to help.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Our promotional budget is almost nil, so that's why I'm trying to grow the show by having people like you on and this type of thing. And we grow it by shares, likes, and follows. So that's what I'm asking people if they can do that to help the show grow. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I know. I'm part of a number of networking groups in the city, and
Excellent. Yeah.
I'd like to give you an invite, actually, because of course now we're doing everything by Zoom, so it doesn't matter where you are.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And come along, introduce yourself, introduce your show.
Yeah. I mean, I'm from Halifax. I lived here for 10 years, well, all my life, really, right up until about 13 years ago, and we moved to Kentville. But yeah, I'm happy to be back in Halifax and to try to reach the business out here. It didn't work so well in the valley, but I think it's much better opportunities for us here.
Yes, yeah. There's a lot of very interesting businesses around here, and some with international reach as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I was a member of Sip Chat and Connect. I've been a part of many networking groups. I helped head up the BNI group up in Wolfville. I was one of the founders of that. And so I've been involved in networking for quite a bit. So whatever invite you have for me, I'd be welcome to have it. I'm very happy to have it.
Yeah, we one of the other groups that I'm part of is called 40 Cups of Coffee.
Yeah, I get their emails. Yeah, I don't know much about them, but I get their emails. So this is a great opportunity to talk about them. Like, so what is 40 Cups of Coffee about? Explain that a little bit to me.
Well,
not to put you on the
40 Cups
spot.
of Coffee it's a networking, but it's not networking in the traditional sense, if you will. This past week, it's once a month. It's the I believe it was the last Wednesday or Thursday of the month. And we had a guest speaker on, an international guest speaker, speaking about World Ocean Day, and which was this past Tuesday, of course. And she, the guest speaker, just moved back from Hong Kong, where she had set up a charity for cleaning up the oceans in her area. And with the pandemic, she came home to Nova Scotia and is running things now from here.
Excellent.
So it was really good to hear her take on the problems that we're all facing with the ocean, because the ocean really is the source of our life. You know, between the ocean and the sun, without either, we're done. We're done. And for too long, we've been abusing the ocean with garbage and plastics. And this is one of her endeavors is to do our bit. And it all starts at local to address the problems of plastics in the ocean. So that was really good. And it's all the 40 Cups of Coffee is all business folks and entrepreneurs get together. We chit chat before and after, and we go out and break off in
Lost your audio, just one sec.
Conversation about what we have seen, what we've heard, and it brings awareness, and that's very, very important.
Excellent. There, I found the website.
Yes.
There it is there. I believe that's it. Follow us on Instagram.
Yes, it
so
is.
You can
That's it.
fill out your name and email and subscribe to them, and I did that. So I'm always, like I said, I'm always looking for people to connect with. And
Yes, Jennifer Montgomery, Stephanie Clark, awesome women. They're awesome to be around, and they are really the right people for this 40 Cups and getting that up and running.
Fabulous. I'm going to share their website link here in the chat window.
And of course, as you had mentioned, Brian, was the BNI, Business Networking International. That's on a very different level. It is very different. And you're quite familiar with BNI.
Yeah.
And I'm part of BNI myself, currently here in Halifax, and so are my sales team.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think it's a fantastic organization, and maybe someday, who knows, I'll be able to join again here in the Halifax area. That would be wonderful.
Yeah, and one of the things I really like about BNI is that you have the opportunity, there's only one seat per industry, per chapter. So you're never in competition with anyone else. So I'm a marketing person. I hold the marketing chair. So I'm not going to have competition within that group. And everything about the BNI is to generate sales for everyone around the table. So you end up with basically a captive audience and a willing and enthusiastic sales team of 25, 30, 40 people that you don't have to pay for. That's the cool part, which you know about.
Yeah.
You don't pay for your sales team.
Yeah, because
and there's a ton of benefits for everyone.
Yeah, there's I found this on LinkedIn. This is their the LinkedIn site, I think, BNI Nova Scotia.
Actually, it just changed. The owners of BNI Nova Scotia just bought the New Brunswick and PEI, and they're now BNI Maritimes.
Okay.
BNI Maritimes, yes.
BNI
and for anyone, it doesn't matter what your trade is, what your skill, what your profession. Everyone knows other people.
Yeah.
And if you're looking to make additional revenue for your business and provide your business with additional stability, BNI, especially if you're a tradesperson, is just awesome. It is awesome. Because these days, it's hard to find a tradesperson. It's hard to find tradespeople. And, for tradespeople to get on with BNI, it's going to really support their business. Professionals, lawyers, doctors, dentists, massage therapists, you name it. All of these trades and professions are welcome and encouraged to come on to BNI.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Graham, are you aware of BNI? I'll put you on the spot, man.
I don't know anything about this, but I'm learning as we go along. Yeah.
It's all Zoom, so it's easy enough to come aboard. I can give you a link. I can send you a link.
Absolutely. Please do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a look at that.
Yeah,
I'm not a businessman anymore. I'm fully retired. But I am a fully trained graphic designer and illustrator, and I have been doing a bit of freelance on the side, but not enough to make a living, just because I enjoy doing it. I often wonder what would happen if I spread my name out there more.
You'd get business. You'd get business is what you'd do.
Well, at the moment, I've just got a Facebook page, and every now and then I get some business, which is fine because, you know, I don't want to make a fortune and spoil my tax returns. But if I got enough and started making a fortune, then I'd happily do it that way.
Indeed, indeed.
Yeah.
So you
Here's his
you have a
website
French
anyways.
accent. Would I be mistaken there?
Sorry?
Like,
What
you
accent?
have a French accent, do you?
No, senor.
No.
I'm British. I'm British.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the northwest of England.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
From the motherland.
I've just been downpicked.
How long have you been here in the colonies?
Living here nearly 5 years now.
Okay, okay. Very good.
And it's a pity I didn't do it sooner, to be honest. But yeah, it's the best decision I ever made, moving here. And not only moving to Canada, moving to the best part of Canada.
Nova Scotia.
Exactly. I mean, I've been to other parts on visit, and I love the whole country. But this is home. This is where the heart is.
Yes, I'm like Brian. I'm also from Newfoundland. Bounced around the country with the military and the Navy, and visited a lot of places. And when it came time to retire, here I am.
There you are. Yeah.
It's a good place to retire, so I can vouch for it.
Yeah.
My last position in the military was in Winnipeg. I told my wife, I said, I only got one condition: 30 minutes to a marina of some description for my sailboat. And here we are in St. Margaret's Bay.
Yeah. There you go. This is Graham's website, by the way. He one of the many things he's doing is a group called Antivirus, is music against COVID-19, and
Okay.
it's all pretty slapstick. It's you know, I love it. I think it's great fun, and I didn't notice you put a pussy cat in my hat. You put a cat in my hat. I didn't notice that until now.
Davy Crockett hat's got a cat on there. Have you ever just noticed that?
Yeah, he recruits the worst musicians like me.
I like your
Anyhow, it's just
background there, Brian. I like your background.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of fun, and he is trying to raise some money. What's your charity again, there, Graham?
Well, I chose directrelief.org because it's a worldwide medical charity,
Relief.
and you know, they're trying to raise money for medical teams around the world. So I thought it was a good choice at the time. We've not raised a mass fortune. I sort of lost track of it because it was all going through donation buttons on other websites. But from what I can see, it's so far it must be nearly $2,000. Just some people listening to our little songs, so that's not bad.
Okay.
I mean, pity we can't get more people involved, but I've got thousands of clicks. People are listening to the music on the videos, but we're not getting them all to donate $1. That's the problem.
Yeah.
So how do you go about the donation? How does that happen?
Oh well, it doesn't come to me. This is the Facebook, and they have these little donation buttons that you can set up
Yes.
on websites. So every time, well, there's also a download page on Bandcamp. So if you wanted to, you can download the song for $1, and that $1 comes to me, and then I will give that to Direct Relief. But that hasn't happened very often. People are listening to the video, the music on the video, and then they're donating directly through the button at the bottom of the page. So as I say, I can see what they're doing, but I don't get that. It goes through straight through to Direct Relief, so which is a good thing. You know, I mean,
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't really want. I don't take this the wrong way. I don't want the hassle of handling donations personally because it's a lot of legal things involved.
Well,
I'd
yes.
rather it just go directly to the charity and then they can deal with it at their end. I'm just trying to help. I mean, and what happens is, I mean, I informed the charity what I was doing, and they wrote back to me saying they were really grateful, and they've got me on their books as a charity fundraiser, and you know, they know they're keeping an eye on things and they're watching what happens as well.
Oh, very good.
Hopefully, they'll mention us a little bit sometime if they're doing a promo campaign. And there was lots of people out there trying to raise money for charities and things, so we're just one of many. but yeah, we're enjoying it. You know, we have fun.
And it's direct relief.
Yeah.
So
Direct
direct
relief.
relief, it's medical?
Oh, well, yeah. And it's besides supplying medical supplies to places in the world that need them the most. It could be the third world. It could be Canada. You know, I mean, wherever there's a shortage of equipment, they'll get it there, and also medical staff, they'll get out there as well. And if you go to the website, it's directrelief.org. So if anyone's watching and wants to look at it, they can go there and read up on it. There's a full website full of information, and I think it's a good cause. There's so many different charities doing this. The reason I chose this one, basically, because it's an international one, as are the band members in Antibiotics. There's me in Canada, originally from the UK, but the drummer is in the UK. Two guitarists and vocalists are in the USA. So that's an international thing. And what we do, we've all got our own studios, home studios, and we record the song. Well, what I normally do is I'll write a song and do a demo. I'll give everyone a copy of the demo, and I'll tell them what I'd like them to do or what they think they could add to it. And then they'll all record their parts and send it back to me or the drummer, and we'll mix them down and make a solid song out of it.
Oh,
We always start off with a rhythm track, with a drum track, so we can all play along to that. And then someone will do a bass guitar, someone will do a rhythm guitar, someone else will do a solo, and then we'll put the vocals on, and it all comes together quite well. It's a lot of bands do it that way nowadays. Famous bands that are split up across the world, and they release albums without actually getting together.
Mm-hmm.
The
internet is wonderful for that.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Who would have thought it was about 20 years ago? You wouldn't have thought this would be possible, but there you go.
That's great.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's amazing what technology has been able to accomplish. Most cases for the good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things in the world, but we don't think about it.
I'm trying to use Zoom to the best of my abilities. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the dark side. Oh, that's another movie. We're not going to review that one tonight.
Indeed.
Zoom. Awesome. Yeah, I just shared all those.
What part of the island are you from, Brian?
I don't know. I'm adopted, and I don't know that much about my lineage and where I come from up there, but I'm going to check it out one of these days. I'm going to find out where the heck I came from.
When you were a little baby.
That's right.
A little baby.
I know I've got rich family somewhere. I mean, I've got to, right?
Well, if that's the case, then don't forget about me, will you?
Who are you again? What was your name?
I'm your long lost brother.
So you were adopted as a baby from Newfoundland and ended up in Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
Adopted into a Nova Scotia family. That's great. That's awesome.
Yeah. Hey, I've had a good life. I have no complaints. Yeah.
Hey,
no complaints.
I could think of an awful lot worse things in life.
Mm-hmm.
Being adopted and cared for is, that's awesome. Being
awesome.
Born and cared for is awesome.
Yeah,
that's great.
It's a happy story. Happy ending to a story.
Yes.
Story. Yeah.
Right.
So you're living here in St. Margaret's Bay, Brian?
Yes.
Or not
yes,
Brian, Graham, sorry. I know you're in Glenmartin.
I'm in Dartmouth.
Are you? Okay.
Yeah, sunny Dartmouth.
Mm-hmm.
The side where the sun shines. I don't know. I can't say things like that. I mean, people from Halifax will get upset, but
No, we don't mind. I mean, I'm from Halifax originally. Yeah. So,
I like Halifax, but I love that.
yeah, I do sometimes miss the city. I do, but that's okay. It's a lovely spot out here.
The city has, under normal conditions, it's more vibrant life, if you will. The life of the city is busy. There's a lot of people around. You can go to anywhere and see somebody, talk to them if you want. That's one of the things I like about Halifax and Dartmouth. If you're from Dartmouth and you want to disappear, you just go across the bridge into Halifax, and vice versa.
Only a stone's throw.
But I find in all of my travels, and in all of my travels, I have found awesome people across Canada and places I've visited around the road with the Navy. People, the average person is just so kind, easy to speak with, easy to be around, interesting, and and for the most part, nothing to do with stereotypes.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Yeah, no, it's a great country. I'm gonna start singing "Oh Canada" here soon. Oh Canada. Anyhow, so we got a couple more Grammy D's Netflix picks to go through. This is one he wanted to talk about: Shadow and Bone. I haven't seen this yet.
Yeah. It's on Netflix. It's not brand new. It's been on a couple of months. There's one season on there, and I do believe season 2 is coming whenever, but it's pretty good. It's based on books by American author Leigh Bardugo, who's a lady, and it's set in a fantasy world that is actually, it closely resembles 19th century Russia. I don't know, it's based on that sort of scenario, but it's not Russia. It's a fantasy world where magic exists. But they don't call it magic. They call it small science. So they can weave the elements around them and create fire and water. There's a young lady in it called Alina Starkov, and she's a cartographer in the army, the first army of Bravka. And she discovered that she is a Grisha, which is a person who can perform these scientific things. Sorry, I keep doing that because that's what they do in the movie. And so I'm looking at my notes here to remind myself of what I've said. She has the ability to summon light. Apparently, that is very, very rare because you might find a person every 1,000 years that can summon light. Anyway, she is being mentored by General Currigan, who he's also a Grisha, and he can control darkness. So you can see where we're going here. And he hopes.
Oh, light, darkness. Yeah, I see. I got that.
Yeah, it's not Darth Vader, I promise you. He hopes that she can help him to destroy a thing called the Shadow Fold, which is like a region that goes on for miles and miles of impenetrable darkness that was created years and years before. And it's full of creatures, and every time you try and cross this darkness to get to the other side of the country, these creatures get you. And they have these like land ships. They're like sailing ships. They travel on the sand, and they go through there. And it's very nice. It's got a really good steampunk vibe going on it.
We call them ATVs.
I don't want to spoil the story, but if you like that sort of thing, there's like 8 episodes, I think, the whole series.
Looks like it's really well done.
You have some pictures, don't you, Brian, to show?
I have the what?
Do you have some pictures, some stills from the show, just to give people a flavour?
Yeah, I didn't have that many for this show, but I did have a few there. Yeah.
Well, let people see.
Yeah. Yeah. No, they should see them. Do you see them? You should be able to see the screen there.
No.
No? Well, I must be doing something wrong here.
Oh, well. I'm sure my description will lure people in.
Yeah, that'll lure them in. So once again, just want to remind people that they can join the show by zooming in. We're making great use of Zoom here to create an online accessible talk show Sunday nights. So yeah, zoom on in. We got 3 people on right now, well, including myself, Jack and Graham. You can talk with us, whatever's on your mind. Of course, like I said, I've been talking about it all through here. Behind the Beer this Friday night, 7 o'clock. Same idea, same concept virtual show where we're going to actually crack open a beer, taste it, sample it, and hopefully we'll have a representative from the company on to talk about it. This was the previous episode, and there's some familiar faces. I think it's Graham back there.
We can't see it. We can't see it.
So we have a great sociable time on that. So it's really fun. It's just, there's no real format to the show. We just sample a beer and talk. So it couldn't be any simpler. Not like this show. This show takes a lot of prep. Yeah, so behind the beer. This Friday night, we're going to go behind the beer. And the
So
next
I have a
Netflix
question for you, Brian.
fix. Oh, sure. Go ahead. Shoot.
So, does this stay up on YouTube? Can people view this at a later point?
Yeah, we are actually live to Facebook right now, and what I'll do is I'll upload it. It probably won't be till tomorrow morning now, but I'll upload it to YouTube. So yeah, they record. I have a record of them there, and you can watch them on YouTube or Facebook. It'll be available there as well.
Well, very good. So if you've missed the
Yeah.
program tonight, you can pick it up at your leisure.
That's right. On demand. You can view it on demand. That's one of the benefits of doing an online community TV channel. I see so often people say, well, share the link. Oh, well, there is no link, or, you have to watch it at a certain time, certain channel. Well, there's none of that with this online stuff. You just click and watch it when you want to.
I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I consider we're like Netflix for Nova Scotia. Too much, maybe? I don't And speaking of Netflix, one of the other shows that Graham wanted to talk about is The Boys. And
Yeah,
it's
that's
a
not
show
on
I
Netflix.
watch.
That's on Amazon Prime Video.
Oh,
But
Amazon
it's still
Prime.
online streaming, so it counts.
Right. Same idea. other platform, yeah, Amazon Prime, yes, which we do get here, yeah, like Amazon Prime. Tom Clancy's Jack. Oh,
Jack Archer.
I should know. I've read all the Tom Clancy books. What was it?
Jack Ryan.
Jack
Ryan.
Ryan. Oh, brain fart. I tell you, that was a bad one.
I've not seen that actually. Is it good?
I love that show. I'm into like mysteries and detective shows, and that is like the ultimate. I'm a huge Tom Clancy fan, and I mean, if you read Tom Clancy, Jack Ryan becomes president eventually. But anyhow, spoiler alert! I should have warned you. Anyhow, this is a show that I watch, and Graham wanted to talk a little bit about, called The Boys.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
It's based on a comic book of the same name by Garth Ennis and Derek Robertson. I'm not familiar with the names, but it's one of these non-mainstream comics, like the DC and the Marvel comics. It's not like that. Anyway, the story revolves around a team of superheroes, not unlike things like the Justice League, but this is the gritty, real version of what superheroes would be like if real normal people had superpowers. People with human needs, human weaknesses, and human psychotic behavior. Imagine all those superpowers in the hands of someone like that, and that's what The Boys is about, really. The leader of the superheroes is called Homelander. It's loosely based on Superman. He has all the same sort of powers, but he's a deeply disturbed, troubled person. I don't want to spoil it, but he can get pretty nasty. And just imagine Superman's heat vision in the hands of someone who was unstable. You could really cause a lot of trouble. Yeah. Anyway,
Superman,
so that's basically it. And his opposition is a normal human, mortal man named Billy Butcher, who's a foul-mouthed, hard as nails, vengeance-seeking type of guy with a heart of gold. And he's brilliantly portrayed by Carl Urban, who you'd recognise from he was in the Star Trek movies playing Dr. McCoy. He's been in lots of things. Anyway, I highly recommend it. It's a gritty drama full of satire, human stories, and extremely violent imagery, but only in a comic book splattery kind of way.
Yeah, I was just laughing at this scene because I know what caused that. If you haven't seen the show, I don't want to give away the secret, but ooh, yeah.
There is a particular scene that causes him to be vengeful, but we can't go into that to spoil it.
Yeah, there's Carl Urban there. I can just see him saying, "Say hello to my little friend." Anyhow, that's all the shots I have, and no, I like that show. It's a lot. Yeah. So yeah, it's not for the faint of heart. That's all I gotta say. But yeah, it's well done, and yeah, I enjoy it because I'm crazy. It looks like we've got Ken joining us here. Yeah, we've got Ken joining us, or trying to, anyways.
Hi, Brian. How are you? Yeah, I'm having an issue with my camera. I probably won't be able to turn it on.
That's all right. We can hear you, so that's
I'm
good.
still here, though. Yes.
Yeah, awesome.
Hi, Jack.
Gang's all
I am.
here. So what's going on in your part of the world there, Ken?
Just enjoying this beautiful weekend. Can't believe how nice it is. And it's supposed to be nice like this again for a couple of days. So
Yeah.
get out in the community
Awesome.
and drove around and, respected the social distancing, but still got to enjoy a little bit of the beautiful province.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't blame you. Get out and enjoy it while you can.
Yeah.
So for those
One
of
thing I
you
was
who
impressed
don't,
with, I was off Friday and I went out for a walk around 7 in the morning. And as you know, parenting's important to me. I got to give a shout out. I saw something really impressive when I went for my walk. And that was, with everything going on, we've been in the pandemic now for a year and a half and what have you. And what a great job parents are doing with kids and great job kids are doing. At all ages, I saw them social distancing, wearing masks at the bus stop and stuff like that. And I thought, wow, that's a hard, I find it hard as an adult, but to see the discipline, I think that's great. And now we're starting to see our numbers go down. So that's even better.
Yes, we're down
That's right.
under 20 today, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I've heard 12, so I'm hoping that that's true.
Yeah,
So
12
that's
was
good.
the official number.
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know, Ken and I have been working on a little project. We put together a show. He's a wonderful parent, and he has written a couple books on parenting, and we've put together an animated show where he gives some parenting tips and advice. It's called, where's the title here? Parent Chats is what we call the show, and that's just playing. It's just playing there on the internet.
You're a children's author, I believe, Ken. Is that correct?
Yes, I am. I've written 2 books, the Lenny Super Book and an autograph of heroes. And what my goal is to help parents and kids have regular chats on difficult topics. So.
Well, that's a good thing to have.
Thank you. Yeah. I know. I've been a parent or a step parent now for 24 years, and mostly good times, but there were some challenges. And I thought, wouldn't it be good to have somebody just have some tools for having chats and what have you? So that's why I get into it. So.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
You're big now. Yeah, so it's not. I don't animate everybody. I'm just going to tell you now. It's a lot of work, but it was fun too.
Oh yeah, I love the animation. It looks great.
Yeah. It's actually a really easy way to create a virtual show because with the software I have that does the animation, Ken just has to send me an audio track for the show, and the rest is pretty much automated. Once you have the character designed, it's a matter of designing the character and getting all the controls in place, and once that's done, it's upside down. Once that's done, it's kind of neat.
Yeah, it is. It turned out great. I love it.
Yeah. That's episode 3, and we maybe at some point
4's on its way tonight.
Yeah.
I've been a little tardy, so 4's coming
go.
tonight.
So spoiler alert, episode 4 of Parent Chats is on its way. Should have it hopefully released by the end of the week.
Yeah.
No pressure, Ken.
No pressure.
Yeah. No, we're having fun here. And Grammy D's back.
Sorry about that, chaps. I have to disappear for a moment.
We won't ask no questions. Nobody asks questions in the show. What happens in
television?
What happens in Nova Scotia stays in Nova Scotia, except for the lives. But
anything can happen.
That's right.
With COVID closing the borders, that's easy.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of truth to that.
Yes, that'll be good when the borders we're able to get ahead of this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
Yeah.
I appreciate, Brian, that you are covering the Dr. Strand and the Premier's press conferences. I've been watching a couple of them, and they're really good.
You have to go and ask ask permission if you're allowed to rebroadcast those, and I did just that, and they said not a problem. So yeah, so anytime they come up, I make note of when they're coming and rebroadcast them to our channel. It's a matter of getting that information out there, what we should do and shouldn't do, and so I think it's great. I think it's a good public information piece that we're very happy to be able to share and put out there. Yes, thanks.
Ken, would you have any advice for parents with kids and struggling through the pandemic, but what to do and what to look out for with the kids?
I think change of behavior is one of the big ones that we should always be looking for. Do they seem a little bit less engaged, or do they seem a little withdrawn, or just keeping the communication open and speaking with them and having good discussions, and not really serious conversations as much as fun chats. Try to keep it light, smile a lot, and just open-ended questions. What's going on in your world? How was your day? And tell me about it. How are your friends finding it? Like, very open, where it gives them the opportunity to really move with it. I think that's the key part. And keep in mind that it's hard on them, it's hard on you. So self-care as well is really important for parents. I think, when you need to take those, I was talking to a friend of mine, and she says, sometimes I just need to take the half hour a day. And yeah, you do need to take that half hour a day for yourself, because there's an awful lot to process. And if you're trying to help kids process it and your family, a lot of parents are in sandwich generations where you're looking after parents and children. Yeah. So it's not easy. So I think good conversations, taking care of yourself, and really keeping that conversation open-ended. One thing I'm a big fan of, I've done some work with the Kids Help Phone. They've helped me with one of my stories to make it seem more reasonable.
Yes.
And one of the tips I've given is, if you work for someone who's part of an employee assistance program or a service like the Kids Help Phone, put it on your fridge and just let your kids know and their friends know. You may never know if they ever use it or their friend uses it, but if it's open, if it's there, then if they need it, they can use it very easy. They don't have to look it up or anything like that. So I think things like that, especially during the pandemic, would be very, very helpful.
Yes, I would imagine it would.
Yeah.
Well,
thank you for the question. It's a good question.
Yeah, kids handle stress differently to adults.
Yeah, they do. And they can very easily internalize it as they process it. And I think for all of us, it's good to get it out and to talk about it and to just be reassured at times, right? And the fact is, again, the good news is, adults, okay, we're probably following the news and seeing that the cases are down and things are going in the right direction. The vaccines are here. But, probably depending on the age of the child, but especially if they're younger, they're probably not doing that. And probably not, this may not look as different to somebody who's 5 and 6 as it does to us, because we understand more of it.
Yes.
Good point. I hadn't thought of that.
It's a challenge for kids to be separated from their normal activities and from friends for long periods.
Yeah, it really is. And yeah, I can speak for myself. I've never lived through anything like this, and I don't think in history that it's been like a long, long time since we've had something like this. So I don't think. I think it's new to all of us. So,
well, I guess the last great pandemic that affected the whole world to this type of degree was the Spanish flu, and that was in 1918. That's over 100 years ago. Exactly.
Yeah. And it is and it isn't, because 100 years, when you look at history, really isn't a massive amount of time. But when you look at what a lifespan is to us, relatively, it is a long time, right? Because we haven't lived through But if you think about thousands of years, what has happened, then it kind of makes sense. You can kind of see it. So
Yes,
it's an amazing time to live through.
it is. It's certainly interesting times, to use the cliche. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I find it interesting to see how it's being handled around the world, different countries, and how their political system interprets or informs how their response.
Yeah. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. It's, you do see from country to country those changes and how they handle it and stuff. And I think we're pretty fortunate. I mean, no country's perfect. No country knows everything right from the beginning. They learn as they go along. But I think we're pretty fortunate in Canada that for the most part, the premiers have worked together and have worked with the federal government and vice versa. And so I think we're fortunate on that. And now hopefully we're seeing the end coming, hopefully close to the end, and we can get the vaccines out before Delta gets too big too fast.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes,
Yeah.
that'd be good. And hopefully enough people will take it to heart and
Yes.
Really go forward and get vaccinated.
Yes.
Mhm. Yeah, let's hope so.
Yeah. So it's quite an amazing thing.
It is, and like you're saying, it's very interesting to look around the world, and of course we can very easily with the media and the technology today, with Facebook or with the internet, we can get news from anywhere and send it to anywhere,
Mhm.
almost unfettered, and I just find it interesting that it's a human story. This pandemic. It's not about any particular creed, culture, or anything. It's a human story. Yet so many places around the world have taken it well beyond the human part, or have ignored or downplayed the human part in favor of political agendas, I'll say.
Yeah, exactly. No, I agree. And the other part that is, it's a sad and it's a blessing in that we're going to be left so differently after COVID, after the actual illness is dealt with, if it ever gets dealt with, because I mean, look at how many small business, on the sad side, what it's done to the economy, so many small businesses, how harshly it's affected them. But then those blessings and stuff like the healthcare system and improvements that I think will be made because of that. We are moving forward in a lot of the technology. I mean, I'm a diabetic, and now instead of going to into a place to have my and wait in line for an hour, I have an appointment that I get my blood work done in 5 minutes, and that's the new norm. And so they've really advanced there, and pharmaceuticals they've advanced. So it's quite an amazing story. Life will not be the same pre-March of 2020.
That's right.
Yes.
That is so true. Yeah, it's never going to be quite the same.
I was reading online a couple of days ago, and one of the things that they were saying is that the mRNA technology for dealing with this is going to be a game changer in medical technology for addressing viruses. We've never had the mRNA technology prior to this. So that's going to be a huge advancement in the war on viruses.
Yeah, that's excellent. I mean, when was the last time, if ever, that the whole world came together, shared resources, different disciplines shared resources, just to come together to combat something? So I am excited about this. I always say the letters wrong. mRNA? Did I get that right?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. And I'm so impressed with what happened with that.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Well,
Gentlemen, I must interject a moment. Sorry, I do apologize. I'm going to have to go because I have other duties to perform. So I'm going to leave you guys all chatting and enjoy the rest of the show. And I will see you on the next one if you all come back. So,
Take care, Graham.
yeah, appreciate you coming on.
See you, man. Take care.
mask up and
Nice chatting with you.
behave
Yeah,
yourselves.
I think we're about to wrap the show
No.
up anyways. We've been running for an hour now.
I'm sorry, Brian. I'm getting it in before you say it. I'm stealing your thunder.
Yeah, that's all right. No worries.
Don't forget and check
no.
out my music. Antivirus, music against COVID-19. There you
Yep,
go.
I shared the link in the video
feeling
description.
myself as I leave. Bye, all.
All right, brother.
See you later.
Catch you later.
Take
I
care,
always,
Graham.
have trouble leaving this Zoom thing.
I know. Get out. Oh, yeah, come on.
Oh, there it is.
There we go. All right. No, well, I think we'll actually wrap the show up. It's been on for over an hour now. That's the longest show we've had. And that's because we had people on to talk about stuff. And that's the whole idea of having a talk show. It's having people to talk about. We had some great conversations. I appreciate you coming on, Ken. Haven't talked to you in a little bit. And I know this week's been busy for me anyway. So I don't know about you. I know you're always busy too. And how are things at Toastmasters?
Things are great. Really busy. We have our election of officers. We have a whole new slate of officers, and really enjoying Toastmasters. That was probably the best decision that I made. My project when COVID started was to join Schooner Toastmasters, and we have really it's been a great experience for me. It's helped me learn confidence, learn how to speak. I'm still learning, and really they provide instant feedback. It's just been an awesome experience. So if you want, Brian, I can send you the link and we can put it in the chat, in the comments if you don't mind.
I just found it here, and I'm going to put it in the comments. Let's see, I'm doing this stuff live. I'm posting links in the comments live as we're going with the show here.
Oh, excellent. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
Really worthwhile experience, for sure.
It's something I want to be a part of too, the Toastmasters. It's just right now, things like with this show and the two other, the Behind the Beer and the Who's Whining, and we might even have to create a cider show and a distillery show, thanks to Jack mentioning about a distillery. I'm going to be an alcoholic by the time it's over, but it's all right. It's lots of fun, and we're bringing what Nova Scotia does to the world. That's the whole point of having community TV, showing the world that what Nova Scotia offers and what we have here and the people and the communities. And that is my goal, to bring that all to the forefront online, where it's really easy to access it and share it. I actually can actually show people the, there, I think, is that the right website there? Can you see that, Ken?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Hey, nailed it. Woo, am I good or what?
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
And
it's a
we
great
also,
organization.
We also have a Facebook page. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, do I have to find that too? Is this good? This will be good enough, won't it? All right. No, I really think we have to wrap the show up, and appreciate everybody for joining and watching. It's all about Nova Scotia. I am a Nova Scotian, born and raised, and love this province, and I'm here to promote it to the rest of the world. So, all right, I'm just going to do a little closeout thing. Yeah, see all that information over there? Just do that kind of stuff. Like, share, and follow the channel. We would greatly appreciate that. That's how we grow and advance and be able to bring you more and better shows as time goes on. So that is what we hope to do, because we are your online community TV channel. Yeah, it's not mine, it's yours. It's all about you. All right, well, have a good week, folks. We'll catch you next Sunday at 7 o'clock for another episode of the Nova Scotiable. You take care, be safe, wear your masks, and follow the instructions, and we'll get through this shortly. All right, have a great week, everyone.